3 2 1
Kerem Bürsinon, merhaba.
Merhaba.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Kerem, a fundamental question.
All right.
Are you happy?
That's a good question. Yeah, in general I am. But yeah, I don't think we're doing that well as humans in the world. So
At all, actually. Yeah.
yeah. So, with that, it's kind of like you're happy, but the place you're in is not doing well. So how happy can you really be?
You feel guilty if you're happy.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's more so I think the guilt comes from helplessness and just the fact that I don't know, like, I mean, we need to, look, I mean, I'm someone who enjoys space. And I do like to do research into that stuff. And then when you look at space and how big it is and the fact that we still haven't found a planet that is like ours, that has over 1 billion living species, it's sad that we can't just get along and have a good time on a beautiful planet.
Evet.
Is
happiness a choice or a decision?
I think it's a choice. I think it is a choice, essentially. Sure, there are times where I don't think we can help being happy because of someone or something or whatever. But essentially, I think it's, especially in this day and age, it's rather than a choice, it's work. You have to work to be happy, Yeah.
Who's your role model in life? Your mother or your father?
If we're going to go with family, both of them, I think they're two people who complete each other so well as parents. Where I felt like I was getting something great from one parent, the other parent would give me something great on the other side.
That's nice.
So they were a great team of. I was lucky enough to have a good team as a mother and father. So both.
What did you learn from your parents?
I think the main thing is respect. To respect cultures, people. Doesn't matter what their socioeconomic background is. It doesn't matter what their religion is. It doesn't matter anything. Just the fact that, there's someone living in front of you, has emotions, has feelings, has a family like you or whatever. It doesn't. Yeah. So essentially it comes down to just respecting people.
To respect humanity.
Yeah.
That's very important. This is what we lack right now, actually.
Yeah, unfortunately. But I think that's the main thing I learned from them, because we traveled so much in my childhood. You come across something new, a new culture, new everything. And so it was very important to just respect and understand.
You traveled a lot, like from Los Angeles to China, Malaysia, Dubai.
Yeah.
You learned how to adapt faster in new environments.
Right.
But did it give you do you have a problem now to settle?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Look, our time schedule was every 2 to 3 years we would change countries or cities. And so now I know, I've realized which Istanbul has been the longest I've ever lived in any city, which is almost 11 years, which is insane because I've only lived, the longest I've lived anywhere was 4 years. So when it comes to living, now if I'm living in a house or in, just where I'm living, after 3 years, I'm just kind of like, all right, I gotta go.
I have to move, from the house.
I get the itch of I gotta go. I need a change. So. Yeah.
It's even, you need to change, is it also in a human relationship? You get bored?
Look.
Do you get bored so fast? Do you need
That's a good question. I don't know, because I don't think I've ever had a relationship that lasted longer than 4 years. So I don't know. I should look into that.
Really?
I don't think so, though.
What about friendship?
Oh no, I have good friendships. The only thing is with a life like that is a lot of my friends I had as a child, I don't know what they're doing anymore very much, because during those days you didn't have social media. So it was just kind of like when you were gone, you were gone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, do you consider yourself lucky going around, seeing or getting exposed to all these cultures?
Yeah, you know, I think it's relative. I mean, to someone it might be incredible, to another it might be a nightmare. But for my personality, yeah, I think I'm lucky because I do like to explore and I do like to see the new in things. So it was good. It was definitely good.
You felt like you adapted well in the States. You always said that.
Yeah.
No?
I mean,
Where did you adapt it the most?
I think, look, I had a great time. And like for me, where I was like, all right, this feels like home for me was definitely Abu Dhabi.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I loved it. So I guess as far as adaptation goes, I don't know there, but like, I mean, when I go back to Indonesia, where my childhood was, I mean, when I, get off the plane and you smell the air, it's just kind of like, I'm like, all right,
Tell me
this
about
is
Abu
my
Dhabi.
childhood.
Where
Abu
did you
Dhabi.
live in Abu Dhabi?
Well, I don't even know.
Which year was that?
90, I was in Dubai from 95 to 97, and I think from 97 to 2000 I was in Abu Dhabi. I moved to Texas in 2000, so yeah, it wasn't the Abu Dhabi we're used to or the Dubai we're used to seeing now. It was beautiful. We were on the Corniche back then, but now it's definitely not the Corniche, like back then it was the Corniche, but then they filled the water and then build more buildings. So now it's like not
So
even
now there
on
is
the Corniche.
islands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So in the States, you lived like a local. You worked hard.
I did. I mean, look, I went to
Tell me about your American dream there. How did it shape your personality?
Right.
Because if I see you now, I feel like you are
What?
like half American.
Yeah, I guess that's just because of the way I talk, maybe. But have I ever felt? Look, I mean, I think that the most difficult part about living around the world is you start questioning your identity in the sense that where do I belong? Am I Turkish? Am I from UAE? Because all those countries, or Singapore, or wherever, all those countries, you take from it.
They shape you anyway.
Of course, you get inspired by the culture, this, that, the person, anything, and so there's a part of you. There's a part of that country in you that makes who you are, and so I think the most difficult time I had regarding that was when I was in America, because it was just kind of like, you're in Texas and you're just like, all right, hey, I'm Kerem from Turkey, and they're just kind of like, what was that first word, and what state is Turkey in? And you're just like,
especially in Texas,
boy. Yeah.
Where in Texas?
Sugarland, Houston, right outside of Houston, and that's because oil. So yeah, I mean, look, in Houston, it's a huge expat population.
I know.
Because of oil. So it's not very much as we would think, but still, it does. There is some of that.
Actually, half of my family are there.
Yeah,
they are all engineers and.
Oh, okay, all right. So you know,
Yeah.
But yeah, but after Texas, after high school, I went to Boston, and that's when you kind of realize. Okay, there's a different mindset,
Completely.
Very different mindset. And then from Boston, I went to LA. And, I guess for me, it was never the American dream, just so the dream of being an actor. But yeah, I think when I look back on it, the time I had in LA, it was good times. It was a struggle, but it was good times.
It's always a good time in LA, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, look.
Actually, they tell me like it used to be It's been like more than 5 years I didn't go.
Okay.
They said like it has changed a lot.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah.
I heard that. I haven't been since the pandemic, and yeah, I've heard a lot of not cool things. And I heard a lot of people are moving to Austin now, which is
it's so true.
Which is the best city.
Tell me about your work there. What did you work? How did you? Of course, you had the dream of becoming an actor,
right?
while
Like
you were
everyone
there.
in LA. Yeah, like everyone in LA.
Yeah, like
Yeah, you know, I think the toughest thing was when I first moved there, I was still studying. So it was my last year in college, and me and my friends, we went to this restaurant. It was our first night. And so everything is new, and we're just, you know, we're all actors, and we're all gonna, you know, we're gonna make it. And
even the waitresses are actresses.
I was just gonna
Even
get, so this waiter comes, who's, I think he was around like 60, late 60s. And, you know, he's welcoming us, giving the menus. And we're just like, you know, thank you and all this stuff. And he's like, what are you guys doing? You know, studying. We're going to be actors. And then he looks at us. He's like, yeah, you know, I came out here when I was your age. I wanted to be an actor. And we're just like, So that's the harsh truth about LA is I think, I mean, there's just so much around you that's, you know, it's kind of like, I mean, it's kind of like a mirror. We're just like, is that am I going to be that in 50 years? Or am I going to be that in 40 years? Or am I going to be saying that? And then you go into like, you take workshops or acting classes, and you just see so many incredibly talented people. And you're just like, damn, like this person like just gave an incredible performance, probably the best performance I've seen yet live. And there's no one. So that's harsh. That's I mean, that's harsh. But I think with that harshness, what's good is it really tests you on your love for the art or the game or whatever, you know, like, do you really want this? And that's something I dealt with a lot, because I mean, look, it wasn't easy. I mean, I worked, I was a driver. I worked at a gym. At first I was the towel boy of the gym. And so I was just like, you know, checking people in and then just cleaning all the dirty towels and cleaning up. And then I became a trainer. But before that, I mean, you know, I was a bouncer. I did bouncing for like very little, but, worked at like a company. Yeah, you do so many different jobs, and then you're just like, and you keep saying I'm an actor, but you're just like, I've done everything but acting. And so I think for me, that was just kind of like, but then I got lucky. I got to meet Roger Corman. And I did a film in Mexico, an interesting Roger Corman film. And I guess for my luck, he won the Oscar that year. So the film got a lot of spotlight. But it was an interesting film. It's not. I mean, see it. Oh, that's good. Don't. You don't need to see it.
Why?
You know, it's one of those films where I was just kind of like in my mind, I'm like, all right, hopefully one day I'm going to get to make fun of this film, which I feel like I can now. Perfect. But it was good. Yeah.
In the States, you had like a very bad memory.
No.
You lost your best friend in the
car
accident.
Yeah. I mean, look. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's the States. It's life.
Was it a turning point in your life?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I had come here a few months before the accident happened. My cousin was getting married, and I had realized, I was like, wow, you know, I never knew anything about Turkish TV really, or the fact that there was a huge industry in Turkey. And so did the wedding, saw some things, met some people, came back. Then the accident happened. And then I think that's when I started questioning a lot of things, in the sense that, I mean, life is just, you know, you really don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So is it, I don't know. I was really debating the fact that, you know, what is the point of all of this, in the sense that, like, I want to be an actor. I'm doing everything but acting. And I don't know. And it was coming to my third year or fourth year in LA. And so I was kind of like, you know what, I'm going to do what I do best. And go.
So
So
you
I
went back
left.
to Turkey?
Well, yeah, well, I had to go. I had to go to serve in the military. So I figured that was the best thing I could do, is just go somewhere where I don't know anyone, and I have to do what I'm told, which is
So you
the
didn't
military.
know anyone here in Turkey?
No, not
Oh,
really. I mean, my grandparents were here, cousins, but I mean, I didn't even speak the language properly. And so I went to the military, and then I didn't know if I wanted to do acting anymore.
So you gave up on your dream?
I didn't give up just yet, because once I came back from the military, I got, again, from Roger Corman, an offer to do a film in China, right when I was thinking about quitting acting. So I was just like, all right, you know what? I might as well just go to China and do this film and see China, which was great.
How was it?
It was good. It was good. I don't know what happened to the film, but China was good.
You didn't watch the movie?
No, I haven't seen I haven't seen anything I've been in, but yeah. And then after that, I was like, all right, came back to Turkey, and then just one thing led to another, and here we are.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You're among the most handsome actors in Turkey.
Am I?
Of course.
Okay.
No, you doubt? You're not sure?
I mean,
you don't find yourself handsome?
I don't know. I mean, I think that's just something, I don't know.
Come on.
I mean, let's
Come
be real
on.
though. Okay. Anyways.
Why all of you Turkish stars, Turkish actors, you doubt yourself? Like, if I say you're handsome, like, am I handsome? And in
Really?
the same
Do they all
time,
do that?
You all,
Because I
you-
feel
you
like
all
it's more
take
like,
care
I
of
know.
yourself, you take care of your looks, and you make sure you look handsome.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you are handsome. You have, like, you know, it's kind of like, I mean, let me see this.
Yeah.
It's fake, you know? Like,
Think it again.
no. I mean, like, is it natural? I don't know. I mean, God, my manager upstairs is going crazy right now.
What do you mean? Is it natural?
Yeah, no, that's why I was just like,
What?
that was not a right. It's
What
like,
do you mean?
I got my lips done. No, I'm kidding. No, I don't know. I don't know. I would not say I'm a handsome person. And I'm not saying that to be humble or anything. I just don't find myself handsome, and that's okay.
So you're against plastic surgery?
I mean, anyone who wants to do it can do it. I'm not one for it. Like, I don't think I will do it unless I need to absolutely do it, maybe. I mean, I shouldn't say anything but who knows?
Why you should? You shouldn't. It's your opinion.
Look, you know, this is how I feel. I mean, look, I don't know. I mean, I think what the issue is, we are coinciding acting and good looks as if they're the same thing, and they're not. I mean, I don't think Robert De Niro ever was like an incredibly handsome.
No, yeah.
But
in
he
Turkey,
was Robert De Niro, and he
Yeah.
was incredible, and that's because of his acting.
But you think in Turkey they relate beauty to acting?
Yeah, yeah, in Turkey, but I don't think it's only Turkey. I think, I mean, look, we have very popular, amazing actors that aren't also, I guess, what society would say incredibly handsome or beautiful or whatever, vice versa. I don't think, I think someone who's very beautiful or handsome isn't the greatest actress or actor. So they don't coincide. Sure, you will have a character who has to be, you know, sexy or hot or, okay. Then you get the stylist, you get the makeup artist, you get this, you get that, and then you got something that's
so
good.
true.
But there's also a character who's, you know, ugly or just scary, and that's okay too. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to literally find. You can. That's what we do. Is, you know,
No, you should have
range.
from everything.
Yeah.
And the story has everything.
So I don't know. I think it's, you know, if we were talking about modeling, sure. But we're talking about acting. So I don't think good looks or beauty and acting is, unless we're going to focus on the whole, you know, bullshit side of it, which is, you know,
I think attitude is much more important than beauty.
Yeah, it's your charisma. It's you know, it's
Because sometimes you see like a very beautiful person with no soul, like
yeah, and you don't want to talk to that person 5 minutes later because you're just like, you don't even see, like looks is something that just comes and goes, and I think we all know that. So
We take a break and we come back.
Sure.